the Germans have laid down a marker in the PartyPoker.net World Cup of Pool that has left Manila reeling in its wake. In one of the most anticipated matches in this tournament, the duo of Suke and Homan gave a 9-ball masterclass to the legendary Francisco Bustamante and Efren Reyes. Here in Manila, the pressure of home expectation now falls very heavily on the A team of world number 1 Denis Orcolo and Ronnie Alcano. They have a quarter-final date with the formidable Chinese Taipei. A nation will be holding its breath. But before that epic game, we have the clash between Thailand and Poland. Both have already made impressive statements in this tournament. Thailand started by taking out 14th seeds Holland. Estonia may not have provided the sternest test, but again Thailand looked composed and assured in victory. Poland made one of the biggest statements in round 1, an 8-0 scoreline against Vietnam. As with Thailand, a big opponent was expected in the second round. The tournament anticipated the USA progressing through. Instead, Singapore provided a notable shock and aimed to repeat that feat against Poland. In the opening exchanges, there's little to choose between these two. Poland briefly had the advantage, but Thailand fought back, and a level after the first 6 racks.
We got ourselves a match in this race to 9 affair, quarterfinals. It'll be Korea versus Germany in our first semi-final. The winner of this match between Poland and Thailand will take on the winner of Philippines A and Chinese Taipei.
And a beautiful break from Thailand. Got the 1 into the pocket, and 2 balls crossing the head string, and they just happen to be the 2 and the 3. How handy is that?
Did you say something earlier about Mr. Mo? Because they hadn't been breaking good in their time at the table. All of a sudden, they win 2 racks in a row and get a good break shot. Mr. Mo. Momentum.
Such a knowledgeable crowd here too. Daryl, when you won your world title in 2007, you beat Francisco Bustamante en route to playing another young Filipino star, Roberto Gomez, in the final. But I mean, you must have been well aware that the fans in this country just love their pool.
Oh yeah, there's nowhere like it in the world. They know the shots. They know everything about the game, really.
Good layout here for Team Thailand. This would be a real statement to the Polish team. They can get out here.
A little short of what would have been ideal position. He's left his partner a little bit to do. Not a lot of communication between the two, Daryl, so you'll like seeing that. Just get down and get on with it.
Yeah.
Except you got to pot it first.
And just when we were saying the technique's very good, he seemed to drop his shoulder a little bit on that.
And lifted his head as soon as he delivered the cue.
Can be a funny game. Sometimes you can almost sense that they're thinking about the lead when you see a shot like that.
Well, it looked like the rack was plain sailing, didn't it? And all of a sudden he leaves the cue ball a little short on the 7, changes everything.
He's going to leave this one on. Long.
And the thing there about the bank shots, when they go in, they're the correct shot. And when you miss, they're the wrong shot, you know, especially when there's a very easy safety on. So
Skaversky tries to go offensive, and it costs them.
Boy, did he ever cue that one well. That's a shot that any pool player in the world would have been proud of.
This is Kanjanasri. And he leaves this layup of a 9-ball for Kobit Palanja and his partner.
And that's the last 3 racks in a row. They've erased a 3-1 deficit and transformed it into a 4-3 advantage.
However, the Polish duo got back on track in the 8th rack when a safety shot on the 2-ball went awry for the Thai team. Skwarski stepped up and converted a great double. Poland went on to clear the table, and once again the match was tied 4-all.
Welcome back to the partypoker.net World Cup of Pool. 32 teams from 31 countries started out. Our semifinal lineup will be confirmed after tonight. 2 already through to the semis. Team Germany will oppose Team Korea in the top half of the draw. The winner of this Poland-Thailand clash will await the winner of the Chinese Taipei versus the Philippines A team encounter.
Well, that was an illegal break. Illegal. So Thailand will shoot here. Yeah, very intriguing affair here. And not only that, we've added another word to the English language, snookerfied. You know you enjoyed that thanks to commentator Daryl Peach, 2007 World Pool Champ. I'm going to be saying that for weeks now. Snookerfied. So a nice looking table right now for the Thais. And they have yet to get rattled in this matchup despite being underdogs.
Yeah, they don't really look to have the makeup or personality that would rattle easy. They're just very steady and workmanlike when they're at the table. They're both very good cueists.
Extension.
Both 26 years of age. In fact, their birthdays just about a month apart from each other. The man coming to the table now is a month older. Ken Janasri, a month older than his partner.
Well, they're going to go for the 6-9. It's interesting.
Oh, it must be set, because they could have played on the 6.
Well, the 6 passed into the other pocket, but the 9 passes in the bottom right. Just like that. Thailand back up in front. You know, guys, you got to like their fight back. They ain't taking anything. Nothing. They're answering everything that Poland has.
As we see the 9 again, right into the middle of the pocket. That looked dead set, that combination.
It's a totally different dynamic when you have 2 players together rather than in singles matches, which they play almost all the time in pool.
Illegal break.
Illegal break.
Again, 3 balls have to pass the head string for it to be a legal break. Every ball pocketed counts as a ball having passed the head string. In this instance, Ted, it was dry anyway, so the Polish team would have come out of their chairs to have a look at this one, but not too inviting.
Again, they have the option to hand it back.
Again, that's right. With it being an illegal break, this is something that now, if I was Poland, I would hand it back to Thailand. Let them push out.
Push out.
Well, obviously, they feel that they want to push out. I never mind having a choice. But the man playing the shot, Babitsa, he's the one with all the experience of the 4.
Well, if obviously he can get through the gap, he wouldn't have pushed out into a hook, and for me that's not an ideal push out because he's got a 2-in-1 bank cross bank shot now.
Instead he goes safe. That's
even better.
Halogen. Kobkit Pelagian.
Well, do you think that Radoslav Babica wishes that he would have taken my advice now and let the other side push out?
Absolutely.
As he's got his partner in a world of hurt. One cushion or two cushion escape on offer. Either one of them is really going to be leaving the end result in the lap of the pool gods.
He did hit it. Yes, Jim. And the gods are not friendly right now to Team Poland. That one ball is open. And that's why you play a safety. In many respects, it's when it's played correctly, it's a deadly offensive weapon.
Yeah, a good safe is as good as a good pot. Can bring you openings in racks, which it did, but to be honest, he's not played that very well. He didn't want to contact the 7 at all there. He's got an extremely attacking shot possible. Combination on the 8 ball, but that's fraught with danger.
Yeah, not only do you have to pot it,
Extension.
you have to get position again for the 2.
The only thing is, there's no straightforward safety on from what I can see. Probably just going to bump it up table, leave the cue ball near the 9. He's played it very well.
Well, I'm dead behind this shot, and I can tell you it is a full ball snooker. So once again, Poland comes to the table having to kick at something.
Snookerfied.
Mystified.
Two rails. Coming behind the 2, leave the cue ball around that area, bring the 2 back down table. At the pace he's played it, if he's going to contact the 2 on the side, he was always going to leave them a chance there.
Well, at this point, that was open. Thailand taking Poland to school. Surprising.
Well, he almost got sharked by his partner there. His partner dropped his cue right as he was over the ball, and he actually had to reset.
Well, this is a bit of a tester, isn't it?
Found itself near a pocket. I don't think Carroll would have been smiling as he went back to his chair. A bank here into the top right corner.
Bingo.
Great shot. That's how you spell relief.
That is a massive confidence booster for Thailand.
And that puts them into a 2-rack advantage at 7-5. They're into the comfort zone, Thailand.
And we were just saying before, we're coming to the crunch point in the match, and we were looking for one of the teams to grab the opportunity, and Thailand definitely did it there.
Yeah, you can say that again, but what a shot from Kanjanasri here. Never looked out that ball. Right into the middle of the pocket.
A chance to put some
Rack
distance
13,
here.
Thailand to break, leading by 7 racks to 5.
Well, we'll see if he can find the measure of the break, Ted. That'd be the first order of business. And there's your answer. The only good news is that
Go break, control passes.
looks like control is going to fall to the poles. Now we'll see if they figure out now and they bring Thailand back out. Again, these are mental mistakes. If Poland pushes out,
Okay,
yeah, well, now they figured it out. This is something they should have done a little while ago, but let Thailand push out.
Yeah, they learnt a lesson before, Jim.
Did you break? Yeah, so you have to. It's your shot.
So on the illegal break, the incoming team has the option to hand it back or shoot it. Since there's no shot on the one now, they're going to let Thailand deal with the dilemma.
Well, it's just going to push into a jump shot. So it's similar to what we saw before, but this time they had no option.
Well, Radislav asked Karol Skaversky, do you want to try the jump shot again? Karol shakes his head no, so it will be Kobit Pelagian on the jump shot. And wouldn't this be a statement if he could make this?
And if he can hit the one and make it, he's going to be on the two as well, because it's there waiting for him.
He played a jump shot earlier in the match successfully, and it was a lot harder than the one he attempted there. Again, you know he comes from a snooker background. Don't see many jump shots on the snooker table.
I was going to say, that was one of your fortes when you played snooker, Jim?
Yeah, but not intended. They call them miscues on the snooker table, too.
So ball in hand now, down 7-5. It's as good a result as you could ask for, but they have to convert. There's still all 9 balls on the table.
I mean, there's a sign of lack of confidence for me. They've got cue ball in hand, and it's took them 50 seconds to figure out what they're doing, and still not 100%. And all he's going to do, he's going to virtually stop the cue ball where the one is now.
Do you remember what they looked like at the start of the match when the balls were in the open? They just got down and played, got out of the way of each other. It's amazing how when those negative thoughts start to creep in and you start doubting yourself.
Who knows? Maybe they were too nonchalant. You know, Thailand is not the most feared name in pool. And you know, sometimes you play up to the perceived level of your opponent.
Yeah, you do, and that can sometimes add a little bit more pressure because you feel like your favourite, and if you let it get in your head, it just puts more weight on your shoulders sometimes, instead of just playing the table, playing your own game. But as we've seen many times, it's easier said than done.
Well, 4 does pass.
A much needed rack for Poland.
Screw straight across the table, leave the 6 in the side. Just the 7 to the 8 really, just got to make sure he leaves his partner a nice angle. That looks okay. 2 rails, the rail near the 7 back diagonally across to the bottom left rail as we look on the TV screens.
Just like that.
It's not as good as it could have been, Ted. Now, a choice for Skaversky here to either try and slow roll this and hold the cue ball or knock it in, let that cue out, up table and back down for the 9. And goes without saying, anytime you start traveling with that cue ball, funny things can happen. played that one well, though. The crowd acknowledges that.
So everything worked out this rack for Team Poland, and it's been quite a while since we could say that.
9 goes down. They're staying on course. It's a 7-6 lead still to Team Thailand. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more action. Stay with us. It's great to have you back. Alongside Ted Lerner and Daryl Peach, I'm Jim Weich. We've got one of the best seats in the house here at the PartyPoker.net World Cup of Pool. Team Poland versus Team Thailand. 7-6, the score finally poised right now, and Poland with the break in the form of Radoslav Babica.
Illegal break, and yet Radoslav absolutely slammed into that rack. It's an unfortunate case. Look at this. He left a wide open shot on the 1 ball, which Kanjanasri takes down. That's got to be very frustrating, Daryl, to step up there. And, you know, I mean, the idea behind the illegal break rule is to get the players to hit the rack hard, makes it more entertaining for the fans, more entertaining layouts, and he ends up with an illegal break.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is he didn't hit the meat of the white. He sort of caught the white high, so you know, he took the crunch out of the break, if you like. Didn't get any impact.
Just slow roll this up to the top corner pocket. Looks like the white will catch the gap to feather through over for the 4.
I like that. You said, say that again. He took the meat out of the white.
Yeah, it didn't catch the meat of the white, the right at the center, you know, the where you get the punch, you know.
Interesting.
The sweet spot.
Thailand looking very hungry right now. What, you didn't think that was funny, Ted? We were talking about meat.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's funny now.
Wow, they're in prime position to move to the hill. Take an 8-6 advantage and full value for that. The only problem ball is the 8, and they're sorting out exactly where they want to position that cue ball, because they'll need angle on the 7 to properly attack the 8.
That looks perfect. Perfect for 2 rails.
Yeah, you can play this in a number of ways. And it is perfect.
Well, we've been harping on them about position. They're playing this rack perfect so far. What a time to come through with a perfect rack. Up 7-6 in a race to 9 in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, you can make that 8-6 now, Ted. Thailand arrived to the hill. An 8-6 advantage. They will break for the match in the next. They've got Poland under pressure now.
They've really snuck up on Poland. I believe that Poland was a little flat because they were considering who they were sitting next to, maybe a team that is not known as a powerhouse in pool, Thailand. Now they're 1 away from a spot in the semi-finals.
And Pelagian settles into the break for the last time. 1 down, and it looks like it's a legal break. I think that 3 is past the head string. And obviously, Michaela Tab hasn't announced an illegal break, so it did.
A 2 is married, touching, that looks like it's touching the 9 ball.
Yeah, but it doesn't afford any aggressive options to attack that 9, not from this position. You know, the way that Poland is played, you really can't see them stringing 3 racks together to escape. So for me, this match is well and truly in Thailand's hands.
He was trying to, he elevated the butt of the cue there, trying to screw in behind the 8 and the 7 ball. Just didn't really get into the cue ball there. Didn't get enough spin on it. It's always difficult when you're near the rail though. Still left no clear chance for Poland.
We were talking during the break. You know, the winner of this match will play the winner of our next match, Philippines A and Chinese Taipei, 2 powerhouses in pool. What do you think the odds, Jim, on whoever the winner of the next match is against the winner of this? The winner of the next match going to be heavy favorites.
Well, they certainly will be. But you know, this tournament has provided us with some real shock results. You know, even going back to the very first one where Switzerland beat China. But you know, the way these Thailand players cue the ball, now if they get a little bit of confidence up, you know, the Philippine team will be under pressure tonight. And you know, whoever wins that match, should Thailand progress, you know, they're going to be heavily favored, and the favorites have felt the pressure here, Ted.
Yeah, it's one of those formats that lends itself to a lot of drama, a lot of surprise results, and that's why it's so much fun.
Very thin contact, trying to just push the 2 towards the 6 and send the cue ball back up behind the 3 ball here. Just caught it slightly thick. And he might be in a spot of bother after this, because there's a big wall there with the 7 and the 8.
Karol Skaversky. There you see, using that wall of balls there to hide the cue ball.
That's a tricky hit. He's going to be cueing right over the 7 as well. If you're Poland sitting in your chairs, you really have to feel like you're going to have a shot when you come out. Well, they do. The 2 passes the 3 into the corner.
Vladislav just has to make sure he doesn't touch the 5 ball at his belt line.
That's why he tucked his shirt in, Ted, right before he leaned over to cue at this 2.
Threads the needle. So that may open things up for Poland. They're down 8-6.
And because of the scoreline, you feel like they've just got to take every chance that comes to them now. No more lifelines. He needs this one to travel.
A little short.
Carroll's having a look just to see if the angle presents itself to cut this 4 into the corner pocket and run with the cue ball around the cushions to get it back down the other end of the table for the 5. I'm not sure it does.
Cue ball will be very close to the opposite corner pocket here.
Well, that's a great shot. Superb shot.
Considering the circumstances too, you make a mistake, that could cost you the tournament.
You see it many times though. Sometimes it makes you grab the bull by the horns. You know, your back's against the wall, and you have no options really but to be aggressive, and it sometimes makes you more positive.
Well, maybe that's what they needed. That's what we're saying. They've sort of been lulled into a funk after being up 3-1, and they have shown, Team Poland has shown very little spark, very little fire after they lost that lead. Look at that. Not a good result.
I don't know why the 9 needed to be in the formula. I mean, it's just a bad shot, pure and simple. Anyone that thinks that's bad luck doesn't know pool.
When you look at all the space on the table and the cue balls come to rest there, I mean, it is just a poor shot.
So now Poland will have to hand over the table with just 3 balls left. And where will it end up? It's basically hit and pray, and prayers not answered.
Well, they've been the architects of their own demise, really, for me.
Well put.
They certainly looked strong in the early going. 3-1, Poland was ahead at one stage. And Thailand took 4 of the next 5 to go into a 4-3 lead. And from that point on, really,
It's okay.
Poland has never looked the same.
Extension.
But still, you've got to keep your head down. This is the pressure that the PartyPoker.net World Cup of Pool presents.
Oh yeah.
And there's no certainties, nothing given, nothing asked for.
We are not giving them this rack yet. Oh, okay, that should be it. Two balls for a spot in the semifinals.
He tried to stun that over and get it near the cushion. He didn't quite get it the way he wanted to, but this match ball
it's in.
Ken Janasri gets it. He and his partner Pelagian are through to the semifinals. What a win for Thailand over the seeded Polish duo.
Thailand are through to the semi-finals. The big question here in Manila is who they will play. Few locals can look beyond the prospect of Philippines A making it through. The combination of Orcolo and Dalcano is a firm favourite, and the pressure is on as the sole survivors, and Manila demanding a home win. But Chinese Taipei represent a formidable challenge. The 2 young brothers out to make their mark in the PartyPoker.net World Cup of Pool.